So if you're off duty, would you not already have the assumption that if you point a gun at a 17-year-old, might spell some trouble?
Tonight, a man believed to be an off-duty ICE agent arrested after detaining a teenager at gunpoint.
And we have a team of journalists dedicated to working on immigration stories, including our Lori Perez, who has video of that arrest. Lori?
Yeah, an attorney for the teen and his family says what happened is alarming, no matter what the suspect does for a living. But if he is a federal agent, as they believe, they say it is a whole other level of terror. Caught on Ring camera, watch as a man pointing what looks like a gun and yelling at a passing pickup stops the driver and orders him to get out at gunpoint, claiming to be a police officer.
Police! Police! Put the car park! Right now! Put the car park! Police!
The video is from last Monday night in the Daybrook Terrace neighborhood of Temecula. The driver, a 17-year-old local student leaving a party. The man running after the truck, ID'd as 46-year-old Gerardo Rodriguez of Temecula. But attorney Greg Kirikosian says Rodriguez is no police officer. People who know him say he's an ICE agent. For more than 10 minutes, Kirikosian says Rodriguez allegedly demanded ID, telling the teen he knew where he lived and threatening to look into his family. The 17-year-old and his parents are Mexican-American U.S. citizens.
My client thought, and his family thought, he was either going to be shot dead or he was going to be taken by ICE that night.
He says the confrontation only ended after neighbors intervened. Moments later, the boy's parents arrived with his passport and called 911. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department says within hours, deputies arrested Rodriguez and searched his home. Though we have not been able to independently verify if he's a federal agent, he does appear to be law enforcement of some kind. He was booked and is facing felony charges of assault with a deadly weapon, child endangerment, and assault by a public officer. Kirikosian says his client is struggling.
I think him and his family are scared, just like everybody else in Southern California all the way to Chicago are scared. And this is getting so out of hand. ICE agents are doing this when they're off the clock at home in their pajamas. They're using their badge and their gun and investigating people in the neighborhood. I mean, I'm scared. I wasn't there. Everybody should be scared. I think that's the point of this story.
Okay, so just a few questions because something about this is just a little bit puzzling. So I take note of a few things. The time. It's 10 o'clock p.m. at that. So what brought this supposed ICE agent out? Now, I understand that this might be a residential area, and if the car is racing down the road, fine, you call the police. However, though, that still doesn't answer the question as to what drew this guy out in the first place. In his pajamas, looks like he has no shoes on, and then with a potential loaded gun. Was he racing up and down the street and he heard him, so he decided to come out to intervene? Secondly, you're off duty. You heard what the reporter said, that they all know each other, or the ICE agent said that he knew who the kid was and knew where he lived. So if you're off duty, would you not already have the assumption that if you point a gun at a 17-year-old, might spell some trouble?
Caught on Ring.
Thirdly, and this is the part that I kind of don't understand, the kid that was driving, he's way back here. I don't understand why you would stop.
There was no other way.
He's pointing a gun at you, yelling for you to stop. Why are you stopping?
Caught on Ring camera, watch as a man pointing what looks like a gun and yelling at a passing pickup stops the driver and orders him to get out at gunpoint, claiming to be a police officer.
Police! Police! Put the car park! Right now! Put the car park! Police!
The video is from last Monday night in the Daybrook Terrace neighborhood of Temecula. The driver, a 17-year-old local student leaving a party. The man running after the truck, ID'd as 46-year-old Gerardo Rodriguez of Temecula. But attorney Greg Kirikosian says Rodriguez is no police officer. People who know him say he's an ICE agent. For more,
No one's going to lose sleep over this. No one. ICE agents, their whole reputation has been tainted to the point where no one is going to lose sleep over this.
more than 10 minutes, Kirikosian says Rodriguez allegedly demanded ID, telling the teen he knew where he lived and threatening to look into his family.
Yet you're pointing a gun at a 17-year-old kid? So the lawyer for the family, Greg Karakosian, he says that the boy who was 17 years old was dropping a friend off who lives down the street, and afterwards the supposed ICE agent pulled his gun and told him to pull over. Now all of this supposedly only ended because the neighbors took it upon themselves to get involved because they saw that this kid was being held at gunpoint. So Karakosian law, they say that by the time our client's parents showed up, the neighbors had essentially come to the rescue and stopped him from doing what he was doing, calming him down and forcing him to go back inside his house and leaving the boy alone. So this ICE agent, when the police arrived, they booked him. His name is Gerardo Rodriguez, and he was booked for assault with a deadly weapon, child endangerment, and assault by a public officer. Jail records show he posted bond, and he was released the same night. Now, this comes right on the heels of the Trump administration suing California over its anti-ICE laws. California passed 2 state laws that block federal law enforcement from wearing masks and order agents not in uniform to wear visible IDs. Now, why was that decision made? It's because of the obvious. It is actually too easy for a criminal to just wear a mask, put on a fake badge, and then just say, "I'm an ICE agent, come with me." As a federal officer, as an officer in general, why would you not have to identify yourself if you're looking to make an arrest? People are just supposed to trust you, take your word for it that if you say you're ICE, they're just supposed to come in a car with you and then be taken to a place where only you know where they're going? If you can't see the potential for that rule to be abused, something's wrong. But as for this guy, you're off duty. Go to bed. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you again on the next one. Be easy, y'all.